अगेन लाइक पीछे का आवाज़ के लिए माफ़ी। ठीक है, तो अब आते हैं अपन होलिस्टिक हेल्थ पे। आई मीन हेल्थ, कंसेप्ट ऑफ हेल्थ चैप्टर देखेंगे हम कुछ। इसमें क्या देखना है? अ, हम्म, अब इंट्रोडक्शन ऐसा है इसका कि WHO डिफाइंड हेल्थ as a state of complete physical, mental, spiritual, and social well-being, and not merely absence of disease or infirmity, and an ability to lead socially and economically productive life. What is holistic health? Holistic health में बस इतना याद रखते हैं: sound mind in sound body, in sound family, in sound environment। ठीक है, तो ये बस याद रखना है। ना होलिस्टिक हेल्थ कैन बी, एक बार फिर से रिपीट कर लेते हैं: साउंड माइंड इन साउंड बॉडी, इन साउंड फैमिली, एंड इन साउंड एनवायरनमेंट। ठीक है, so holistic health can be considered as synthesis of the following three approaches, that is biomedical concept, psychosocial concept, and ecological concept. So biomedical concept, psychosocial concept, ecological concept. And this biomedical concept, bio comes from Greek word bios, which means life, medical from Latin words from medicus, which means healing, and focuses on the condition and biological determinants of illness and not on the reasons. So diagnosis and treats illness once the symptoms occur. Now, what are the advantages? It creates advances in technologies and research, and it extends life expectancy, example treating illness that are highly fatal. Disadvantages is does not always promote good health, nor does it teach people to be responsible for health. And affordability, not everyone is able to afford medical technology and resource resources. And psychosocial concept attempt to address broader influences of health rather than disease and injury. Example: tobacco consumptions, dietary habits are influenced by gender, culture, race, or ethnicity. Then advantages of it is, uh, promotes good health and assists in preventing diseases, promoting overall well-being, relatively inexpensive, and then transfer knowledge from generation to generation. Disadvantage of it is not every condition can be prevented, does not promote medical advancement, or does health promotion messages may be ignored by society. The ecological concept is, according to this concept, health is defined as dynamic equilibrium between man and environment, and disease is a maladjustment of the human organism to the environment. Then human adaptation to natural environment can lead to longer life expectancy and a better quality of life even in absence of modern health delivery services. Now coming to dimensions of health, now it is physical dimension. We'll look into physical dimension. Physical health is a state in which every cell and every organ is functioning at optimum capacity and is perfect harmony with the rest of the body. Physical dimensions mean all the organs are normal size and shape, all the organs and the components are functioning optimally, all the systems functioning within the physiological limits. Now, what is mental dimensions? That is thinking you. And mental health is defined as a state of balance between the individual and the surrounding world, a state of harmony between oneself and others, a coexistence between the realities of the self and that of the other people and that of the environment. Blah, blah, blah. So, mental health is indicated by how the individual perceives the things, like has correct perception of his own emotions, feelings, strengths, and weaknesses. Then the level of confidence a person has in his own abilities, the level of control he has on his own emotions, the decision making ability of the person, and the ability to adjust well with others. Then social dimensions. Interaction is for interaction with others. Then we have spiritual dimensions and inner quest for well-being. Then emotional dimensions is the feeling you. Emotions are intensified feelings and complex patterns. For example, love, hate, frustration, anxiety, joy, and sadness. And then we have at last the vocational dimensions. Work plays an important role in promoting both physical and mental health. When work is aligned to the individual's goal and capacities, then physical work is associated with improvement in physical health. Goal achievement and the sense of realization are a source of satisfaction and enhance self-esteem and confidence. Then we have physical quality of life index, then PQLI. It is one of the important thing which can come in exam. PQLI depends on three indicators. It measures of it. PQLI is a composite measure of three indicators. That is infant mortality rate, life expectancy at the age of 1 year, then literacy rate. Again, infant mortality rate, life expectancy at the age of 1, and then literacy rate. Uh, so PQLI ranges from 0 to 100, where 0 represents absolute worst performance and 100 represents absolutely best performance. And how PQLI is calculated? Step 1. For each of three indicators, the performance of the country is placed from scale 0 to 100. Then 0 worst, 100 best, 50 is average. And step 2, take the average of three indicators giving equal weightage to each component. So as far as like IMR 0 to 100, 0 for IMR is of 220 per thousand live births, and 100 for infant mortality rate is 7 per thousand live births. Mm. Then life expectancy at age 1 is measured on 0 to 100, 0 for 38 years and 100 years for 70. I mean 0 grade is for 38 years and 100 for 77 years. Then adult literacy rate is in percentage is considered. PQLI, like all this ABC by 3. I mean IMR life expectancy at age 1 and literacy rate by 3. And how do we assess that? We assess it by 0 means worst, 100 means best. Okay, that's all. PQLI measures the results of social, economic, and political policies and complement gross national product. That's all. Then we come into Human Developmental Index. It is a measure of the average achievement in key dimension of human development. It includes longevity, knowledge, and income. Longevity, that is long and healthy life, knowledge, being knowledgeable, income, decent standard of living. HDI is a geometric mean of normalized indices for each of the three dimensions. Again, it HDI ranges from 0 to 1. That was PQLI was 0 to 100. HDI is 0 to 1. HDI emphasizes that the people and the capabilities rather than economic growth should measure the development of the country. Two countries with the same level of gross national income per capita can end up with the different human development outcomes. This difference is due to the national policies of the country and emphasize that how a national policy can influence the HDI. Then that's all we can. Dimension index can be calculated like each of the longevity is life expectancy. जो longevity और long and healthy life calculate कैसे करते हैं तो life expectancy at birth. What is the life expectancy uh, at birth? Okay, so minimum value दिया रहेगा, maximum value suppose minimum is 20 years, maximum value is 85 years. So and the actual value India having is 69.7 something. Okay, so knowledge, how do you calculate knowledge? Is mean years of schooling, expected years of schooling. Mean years of schooling, minimum value is zero for mean and expected minimum value is both zero, and mean year schooling maximum value is 15, expected years maximum value 18, and India has 6.5 and 12.2. That's all. So I mean, actual value, what I'm just don't need to remember, just listen. And income, we have gross national real GNI at purchasing power parity per capita. So minimum USD 100 and the maximum value USD 75,000, and actual value in India is USD 6681. So dimension index is actually actual value minus minimum value divided by maximum value minus minimum value. So that's how you calculate uh, index of like life expectancy index. Then uh, educational index. Educational index, like we have two mean year of schooling and expected years of schooling. So we will take their average for calculating that mean year schooling index, expected year schooling index, then divide, adding them both, dividing them by 2, we get education index, and then we have income index. Okay, then we will take the geometric mean of all that, that is everything in root, and the root has the power 3 before it, and so we take it as geometry mean and calculating the HDI. So greater than HDI greater than zero point 0.8 is very high, zero point 0.7 to 0.799 is high, and 0.55 to 0.69 is in medium range where the India belongs, and less than 0.55 has low HDI grade. Drawback, it is not a composite indicator of human development. It does not take into account factors such as inequality, poverty, and gender disparity. Uh, so determinants are now we'll see determinants of health. Determinants are biological factors, behavioral and social, socio-cultural condition, environment and socio-economic conditions, health services, age, structure of the population, other factors. We have some other factors include science and technology. So we don't need to remember this, I guess. So indicators of health. So indicator is a variable which helps to measure change. When a change is measured sequentially over the time, it can indicate direction and speed of change and can be used to compare health of people in different areas of group of people. Then valid characteristic of indicators are indicators should be valid, reliable, sensitive, specific, feasible, and relevant. Valid, reliable, sensitive, specific, feasible, and relevant. Valid, reliable, sensitive, specific. Valid, reliable, valid, reliable, sensitive, specific, then feasible and relevant. Okay, that's all. Then example of health indicators, mortality indicators like food dietary information, morbidity indicators like incidence and prevalence, disability indicators like bed disability days, work loss days, and healthcare delivery indicators like doctor population ratio, indicators of quality of life, physical quality of life index, uses of indicators like measures. Uh, it measures the health status of the community, compares the health status of one country with another, allocation of scarce resource, monitoring and evaluating of health services activities and program, measure the extent of to which objectives and targets of a program are being attained. So we have disability indices. And event disability indicators are characterized into two group: event type and event type indicator, person type indicator. Event type indicator number of days of restricted activity, weight disability days, work loss days. Then we have person type indicator like limitation of mobility and limitation of activation. Disability indices. Uh, have I told disability definition? Okay. Disability is defined as an any restriction of lack of ability to perform an activity in the manner or within the range of considered normal for a human being. Then disability indices are Sullivan index and disability adjusted life years. Sullivan index is expected. Sullivan index gives the expected years of life free from disability at a given age. Expected years of life free from disability at a given age. It is calculated based on the following data: life tables and cross sectional surveys providing prevalence and duration of disability, calculated separately for males and females, used for compare the health status of population between two different types time period of two different countries. Now coming to disability adjusted life years, measure the burden of disease in a defined population and effectiveness of intervention. One DALI indicates 1 year of healthy life lost due to permanent premature death or disability. Then it has two dimensions: mortality and function health. Okay.